How to work from home successfully. Top tips for staying productive. By Maria Lally, Telegraph. When I see headlines about UK working places banning hot desking and bosses urging staff to work from home to try and stop the spread of the coronavirus, I'm reminded of the days I spent hunched over my laptop, slaving away at the kitchen table. I went freelance when I had my first child in 2010 and worked from home for the following 8 years until 2018. From the outside, it's a jammy setup, an extra hour in bed, a 30-second commute, the opportunity to walk in slightly grubby jeans without judgment. But there are also significant drawbacks, such as loneliness and lack of motivation. So with that in mind, here are the do's and don'ts of working from home, should the situation be foisted upon you in the days to come. How to work from home successfully. Top tips. First, have a shower and do your hair. Oh, come on, of course I will. I hear you sigh. But it won't take long before you begin swapping your jeans for your gym leggings, then your tracksuit bottoms. Before you know it, you'll find yourself wondering what's so wrong with leaving your comfy pajama bottoms on all day, so long as you change out of them for the school run. So, while you don't need full business attire to work from home, do shower, get dressed, and do your hair as though you were going to meet a friend. It will wake up you, prevent last-minute panics if your boss wants to video chat, and it also sets the tone for the day ahead. Second, choose a work area. Whether it's in your study, your local cafe, or your kitchen table, have an area. Try not to perch at the kitchen breakfast bar in between piles of post, unless your breakfast bar is immaculate and your kitchen stools have backspots. Forget sitting on your sofa and don't lie on your bed with a laptop. While F. Scott Fitzgerald wrote most of his best working, lie in bed. You are not F. Scott Fitzgerald. And if you are anything like me, you'll just end up napping. Having a specific area is like getting dressed properly. It switches you from home mode to work mode and keeps you focused. One last point. If your work exile, choose to work part of the day in your local cafe. Don't be like that character in Fleabag who uses the cafe's plug sockets, Wi-Fi, and then orders a tap of water. Be really nice to the waiter. Order coffee. Make it last as long as possible. Then order some food, another coffee, and leave a tip. This way, they won't mind when you come back the day next, and the next, and the next. 3. Have 2 to-do lists. One of the biggest challenges I had working from home was trying to ignore all the chores around me that needed to be done. Writing for a living and procrastinating often go hand in hand. And if I was struggling to write a feature, there was always the dishwasher to empty or dentist appointment to book. This fleeting butterfly approach to work doesn't make you particularly productive, and your working day begins to bleed into your regular one. So I started 2 to-do lists called work and home, and I had set times when I could deal with the latter. 4. Avoid distractions. So obvious, but so worth a mention. Like chores, there are plenty of things to distract you at home. For me, it's social media and WhatsApp conversations. So when I sit down to work, I often delete the Instagram app from my phone before reinstalling it later on and mute a particularly busy WhatsApp chat. 5. Call your boss. After a while, one of the toughest things about working from home is how you can go a whole day without speaking to anybody, which isn't great for your emotional health. So pick up the phone occasionally. A quick phone call to your boss can often help you decide on a course of action much quicker than back and forth emails. Or call your other half or your mom at lunchtime. If all else fails, put the radio 4 on, or whatever radio station you enjoy. The gentle chatter helps you feel less lonely and makes you feel a bit more connected to the rest of the world. 6. Get outside, at least once a day, and this is non-negotiable. When I worked from home, I usually had a school or nursery run to get me out of the house a couple of times a day. But on the days I didn't go out and was purely desk-bound, I wondered why all my ideas, motivation, and concentration were drying up by 4 p.m. A quick dog walk, a run, or even a 5-minute potter in the garden during a working day might seem like slacking. But in reality, it's just the equivalent of doing the office tea run or having a water polo chat with a colleague. It gives your brain a break and helps inspire productivity.